Ho!
Ho,
Hi, welcome to the Bencher Movie Club. I'm Lily,
and I'm Charlie.
and in this build up to Christmas, we have watched every classic Disney animation.
By that, we mean just non-computer generated, i.e. 2D animation.
Yes, pretty much. I wanted to rank all the Disney films over the last few months. We've been rewatching and watching a new Disney films so that I can rank them. So there's 36 films in total that I've shortlisted. And so basically I've ranked every Walt Disney Animation Studios feature-length movie. And as Lily mentioned, we are not including computer-generated ones. That doesn't mean they can't have some computer animation in it.
No,
Otherwise we'd have nothing from Great Mouse Detective onwards, because after that, Lion King, everything had a bit of computer generated, but ones which are predominantly 2D animation. We're also not having any live action mixes, so no Mary Poppins, no Big Knobs and Broomsticks, no Song of the South, sorry Lily, no Who Framed Roger Rabbit, face.
I've never seen Song of the South.
Oh, lucky you. And no anthologies. So there's the wartime era, none of that's being considered, because most of that was like educational films or just anthologies, things put together. So no Fantasia, which is an anthology, those are short stories. No Winnie the Pooh, because that's 3 stories in the Winnie the Pooh feature. And also I'm going to ask you a few lists as well that you've made up. So you got to bear in mind, my list, as anyone's list on this would be, steeped in nostalgia. I can't escape nostalgia affecting some of my decisions, nor would I want to, because I love films that I grew up on. So it got to a certain point when I got to a certain age that I was like, I'm tired of this now. I want to watch some hardcore movies, But then I had a daughter, and living vicariously through her, I got to watch some Disney films I hadn't seen before. But basically, this is the opinion of someone who is... I'm technically a millennial, because I was born in 82, but I have the head of a Generation X, I think, because I think I share more of their sensibilities.
Mm-hmm.
You're biting your tongue for some reason. What do you want to say?
No, you are just a millennial.
Okay, I'm a millennial, I don't care. But I just always... Anyway, and you are was it the Snowflake and Generation?
Yeah, Gen Z.
Gen Woke, okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, so say Gen X and Gen Z. Z, not Z. English. Right. Anyway, without further ado, number 36, the bottom of the list.
Oh, you're going...
I'm going reverse. Yeah, there's no fun in that.
No.
Say what my favourite is straight away. No. So the bottom of the list. Can you guess? I'll give you one guess. You might not. I don't think you will guess it.
Is it Home on the Range?
No. Oh. Okay. Rescuers Down Under from 1990.
Really?
Yeah. And I'll tell you for why. It might be a bit reactionary, because I know loads of people, it's so much better than the original. It's not better than the original. It gets off on this idea of being more slick and whatever, and I just found it boring. Especially this time round. I watched it in the cinema. It was one of the first films I saw in the cinema. I remember as a child watching it thinking, it's okay, but it didn't feel like a Disney film to me, in the sense that it was just by the numbers adventure story. And I know loads of people love the film, but I'm sorry, obviously every film on this list has its fan base, have people who love it. So something had to be last, and it was the Rescuers Down Under. What did you give Rescuers Down Under out of 10? Because Lily watched all the films as well, and she ranked it overall. You also ranked songs, villains, and tear factor. So Rescuers Down Under
got a 7.
7 out of 10. So
yeah, I mean, granted, there were very few films that got below the 7 mark, and my worst rated one was Home on the Range, which is why I...
Oh, you shouldn't have told me that yet. Wait till I get to it. But that was 7 out of 10. And what'd you give the villain?
Gave the villain a 7.
No tear factor?
Tear factor I gave a 4.
And was there any songs in it? Would you
No,
give the song?
I said it was not applicable. There wasn't really.
No, there's not really any songs in that. Anyway, I won't sit here slagging it off. I'll slag off the next one instead. Number 35, Pocahontas from 1995, which you gave.
I gave an 8 out of 10.
Wow, so it really
Well,
tapped into your woke.
yeah, no, I enjoyed Pocahontas. I'd never seen it previously.
I always had a negative thing of it because it was following what was Disney's Renaissance. Some people consider it part of the Renaissance, but after Lion King to then watch Pocahontas, so hyped because all the Disney films were so good at that period. And then I just remember thinking, I'm not interested in the songs. I'm not interested in the villains, really. I'm not interested in any of the characters. It just didn't speak to me. I quite like the song where it goes, savages, savages, barely even human savages. So you gave Pocahontas an 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 34, Brother Bear from 2003.
Yeah. That's fair enough. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
So that's low for you.
That's on the lower end, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, kind of nice animation, I guess, but again, it was just a non-starter film for me. It didn't really sort of tap into anything for me, and I just felt it was just paint by numbers Disney thing. You can see what they're trying to do, but they in their head they probably thought, oh, this is a great story.
Yeah, but it's very similar to other stories they've done.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Like, I saw all the elements of the film coming before it happened, so it wasn't really.
No. Number 33. I don't think you'll agree with this one. Atlantis: Lost Empire from 2001.
Okay. That's fair enough. I mean, I gave that an 8 personally.
I liked hearing Michael J. Fox. I'm a big fan of him. Who doesn't like Michael J. Fox? But the rest of the voice cast in the film, or the rest of the characters, I found annoying and just sort of stereotypical characters.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a crazy French one.
I keep saying stuff like that.
Okay. Okay, it was just
No,
again. I felt there was too much of the. You can see how it's transitioning to more computer generated.
Yeah.
There are aspects of it which looked kind of good, but again, the story, there was no point in it. I felt any real peril. Didn't really care about the characters. I don't think it had any songs in it, did it?
No.
No, I think it's just where I'd love Disney films. I love ones that sort of really sort of tap into your sort of wonderment, and you think, it's great, that little song and these characters and that location and everything. And it just, by that point, I was just thinking, I'm really not interested. It seems more like it was targeted for young boys.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, adventure and machines and guns and whatever else. Number 32, I've got Home on the Range.
Yeah.
2004. Which, so you're not a fan of that one either?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't. I think that it was just a bit nothingy, and there wasn't really much to it, in my opinion. And I don't think I can give it a high rating. It's just average. It's not anything out of the ordinary.
Number 31, I've got Mulan from 1998. And I know that will annoy some people. Sunny, I know, really likes the film.
I can't believe you got it that low.
What did you rank it?
I gave it a 9.
Why do you like Mulan so much?
I thought it was a really great story, and I really liked the way that it was told, and I loved the music in it. I gave the music in Mulan a 9 out of 10, and I also gave the villain a 9 out of 10 in that film. So I really liked the way it was laid out.
Yeah.
I think that there was a lot of elements to it that I just think was really well done. And I can't believe that you've got it so low. That's really surprising.
Okay, but you've got to bear in mind, even the ones that I've mentioned so far, there's something about them I do like. It's just, obviously, something has to lose. Something has to come better. So trust me, all the films I named after this, you'll go, wow, well, of course that's better.
No, I won't.
You might do. Let's see.
You don't know my top 10.
No, we'll get to that. Number 30, And I don't think you're going to agree with this one either. The Hunchback of Notre Dame from 1996.
Okay.
You are ugly. You are deformed. Look, I like aspects of it, but when it gets to the point with you think now Disney feels as if they've got a formula from the Renaissance era. They've now thought, okay, here's what we have to do. We have to take a traditional story. Fine, that's fine. We have to have this many in number of songs. We need to have these goofy sidekicks, which in this one they've got the gargoyles, but give them modern personalities. And I don't know, it just again for me, it was one of those ones which when it came out in '96, by that point I was sort of not watching as many animated things, so it's hard to watch it in an adult's eyes. And yeah, what have you got to say about it?
No, I really liked Hunchback. I gave the songs in it a 10 and the villain a 10. I thought it was really great. I won't go into my thoughts about it right now because I'll get to that later.
Oh, okay. When you're talking about the most hated. 29. See, I know this is going to annoy some people. Not you so much, but some traditionalists. Bambi from 1942. And I've never been a big fan of Bambi, and I think it's mainly because there's not a lot happens. It's just it shows different seasons and shows a deer growing and learning things through life. And now he has a fight with another deer. And obviously its most famous part is the killing of his mother.
Spoiler alert!
Oh yeah, spoiler alert for every Disney film ever. But yeah, in Bambi, his mum gets shot.
Yeah.
So what did you have for the villain in this? What did you rank the villain in Bambi?
I gave it a 6. But I think I gave it a 5 initially.
Yeah, what, the villain?
Yeah.
But it's not really a villain, is it?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
it's the unseen hunter.
Yeah, I think I gave it that rating because of the fact his mum dies, and that's an upsetting moment. But there's no real villain, But
so, what do you give it on tier factor?
6.5.
Ah,
okay. I didn't. There were very few movies on this list. Like most films, didn't get above 5, which is just average. Like I don't think I cried really at any Disney film.
Really?
Well, there was a couple that I gave higher ratings to.
Would you want to wait until you do your top 10 tier things in the next episode? 28, I've got Lady and the Tramp, 1955.
Okay.
What did you give Lady and the Tramp?
I gave Lady and the Tramp an 8. Again, some of these, I don't know if I would change it retrospectively after watching all of them, but
I know Lady and the Tramp is loved by many people, and especially of an older generation. There are elements, as I said, the further we go along, there's more stuff I like about the films, obviously. That's why they're high up in the list. I like the Siamese Cats. I like that Peggy Lee's influence, some of her songs that are in it. She wrote some of the songs as well as performing as Peg, the dog, who sings the song. It feels like it's working its way to sort of greater things. So it's important for other films that came afterwards. But Lady and the Tramp, again, it's never been one of my favourites. Most iconic scene, probably the spaghetti eating scene, I'd say. But it's a good film. Okay. Who are your top 10 villains, Lily Rose?
Okay, at number 10, we have Bill Sikes from Oliver & Company.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think he is a very menacing villain.
With his big hands.
No, he's a good villain. I wouldn't give him much higher, but he's definitely better than obviously he's made my top 10. He's better than the other villains that on that list. At number 9, we have the Horned King. From Black Cauldron.
Well, he's a scary villain. He's definitely John Hurt voiced him. Yeah,
that's why he's on the list. Like he's definitely a scary villain, but I wouldn't say that he's the scariest on this list or like the most menacing.
That's 8.
Number 8, we've got Maleficent.
Well, see, I thought she might have been higher. She's definitely one of the most iconic Disney villains.
I don't think you're going to agree with my list of villains.
No, I didn't expect to. So
yeah. At number 7, we've got Shan Yu from Mulan.
Yeah.
I think he's
with his yellow eyes.
Yeah, and his falcon. I think he's no. I think that the fact that he's able to he's almost like a zombie, just keeps coming back. Like he got
a monster.
Well, yeah, and I thought that was a good element to a villain. The fact that he was so tough to beat. That's
fair enough.
That's why he's so high. At number 6, we've got Ursula.
Yeah, Ursula's. Yeah, I get that. She's a very iconic villain. I'd say one of the newer villains, but she ain't now, is she?
No.
89 is not that new, but she fantastic personality and different enough from other villains, and she's got her own shtick. And of course, she's got what's important with a villain: a good villain song.
Yeah, that's why.
Unfortunate Souls. Yeah. Mm.
At number 5, I've put Ratigan.
Oh yeah, Ratigan. Yeah.
I thought because the other villains I put higher up, they are unbeatable for me, and that's why. Ratigan's it's not as in like unbeatable, as in like, oh, you can't defeat them. It's more like, for me, like, oh, they're such a good villain.
Yeah,
in my
no,
mind.
I get that. Ratigan, I personally possibly would have been my number 1 if I'd stick to villains, because I love Vincent Price's vocal performance on it. He has again a fantastic villain song.
Yeah.
One of the best, and he's actually got 2 songs in that film as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like they play his second one down a little bit because it's just playing through a speaker. But it was that Goodbye So Soon, which was actually played at Vincent Price's funeral.
Oh.
So
number 4 is Jafar.
Yeah, Jafar. Okay.
I mean, he was really evil, and there was so much that you just couldn't. The only way he was defeated was by his own hubris of being so greedy. They literally couldn't do anything against him.
No, I suppose that he's most powerful. He's the most powerful villain, I think. I can't think of another one who's more powerful, necessarily.
Well, you could say Hades, because he's a god. But Hades isn't on this list, but I would have considered him. I think he would have been my number 11.
Oh, yeah, I liked Hades.
I think Hades is a good villain. Yeah. At number 3, we've got Gaston.
Okay, yeah.
Just because I think he's
so powerful.
No, it's not even that. I think he's just so humorous, and I really liked that in a villain, which I know seems strange when you're comparing it against all these. Really
I mean, like
villains,
the one in Milan ain't humorous.
No, but my list was basically based on my favourite.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And the ones I found most entertaining and just a good villain overall. At number 2, we've got Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
You are deformed.
I am deformed. No, I really liked Frollo. I think he was
He's a very unsettling villain, because he's like the bit where he's perving on Esmeralda. Yeah. Oh, I want her. If she won't have me, then she can't have anyone.
I think that as a villain, it's very human. Like the entire film had a lot of really human elements to it, which I really enjoyed. And I think the way that in the original version of the animation, Esmeralda appears more nude in the fire when he's like perving on her in Hellfire. So it's more of a thing about him being so lustful, but it's kind of toned down in the film. But you can see like throughout that he's just really perving on her, you know? His
voice actor took over George Sanders as the voice of Shere Khan in subsequent Jungle Book films.
Yeah.
And you can hear it because he's got that sort of deep traditional British accent. But yeah, okay.
I really enjoyed his performance, and I won't go into it because that would be talking about my top 10 Disney films list.
Oh, spoiler that.
Well, it's not. There's more I have to say about the film, but I won't talk about it until.
Okay, and number 1 villain?
Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog. He's my favourite villain, I think. Just because, I don't know, I think his songs are great. I think, I don't know.
Well, he has a good villain song.
And it's also, I think it is probably partly nostalgia ridden as well. Like
and Keith David does his voice.
I love Keith David.
Yeah, he's a great voice actor. Who doesn't like Keith David?
But no, I think it is probably a lot of nostalgia that puts him so high on the list. Like, I think this Princess and the Frog has always been quite a nostalgic film for me. So,
okay.
Those are my top 10 villains. Do you have anything to say about that list?
Yeah, there was a few that I definitely would have had on there, which you didn't have. Scar.
Yeah.
Who, again, has one of the best villain songs. Shere Khan, which probably could be... if not Ratigan, then Shere Khan would be my favourite villain.
Yeah.
You got the Evil Queen, of course, from the first Snow White.
Yeah.
You know, she's the benchmark that those of them are held up against. So that there's her. Medusa from Rescuers, I think, is quite an entertaining villain.
Yeah, she's entertaining, but I feel.
Oh, Cruella Deville.
Yeah, well, Cruella actually made my original top 10 villains list, but I changed it.
Who did you make way for? Who did you removed Cruella for?
Bill Sykes.
Really? Okay.
I think. Oh, there's something about him that's more terrifying than Cruella. Obviously, she is scary with her mad eyes when she's chasing after them.
But I suppose
Like,
unless you're a small animal with fur, you
yeah.
haven't really got much to
Whereas-
fear from her. But she has. This is the thing. She doesn't quite have a villain song per se, as in one she sings. But there is the main song in that film is about her.
Yeah.
Cruella Deville.
Yeah. We all know the song.
Well, some people don't. Anyway, back to my list then. Number 27, I've got Dumbo from 1941, which has... What's your tear factor on that one?
Tear factor on Dumbo was 6, which is higher than others.
It's got for the baby mind scene where the mum is hugging him, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I love the end, towards the end of Dumbo. I find most of the films, it's a bit depressing in the wrong way, and I just, it just... The characters, the villains aren't quite... you can't really focus on one particular person as a villain, which isn't, the be all and end all, but I quite like that in Disney films where they're like, well, here's the villain, and then you can decide to love or hate him or sort of her or whatever. But in this, it was just sort of like an amalgamation of various people just getting in Dumbo's way. I mean, really, I think the other elephants are the biggest villains because they could have supported him and his mother. But I love the crows most of all. They're some of my favourite characters. I remember whenever I used to watch Dumbo as a kid, I'd sort of... the whole film used to sort of be a task because I was waiting for the crows to turn up, and obviously they only turn up right near the end. But I find them entertaining, and their song's a great song as well. What did you get for Dumbo out of 10?
I gave it a 7 because my worst film it was Home on the Range, which was at 5.
So why did you hate Home on the Range so much?
I just think it was so nothingy. I mean, granted, I think that I found the villain entertaining in that film.
I found him entertaining when he done his song.
Yeah.
Because I thought, okay, he's the rustler, and it turns out he serenades the cows, and the way he was doing it, it was yodeling. I thought, that's quite funny. Actually reminded me a bit of, like, say, the Shiny song in Moana, how the villain, because he's sort of being all flamboyant, and that's how he sort of, that's part of his thing. But no, I think, and I like the voice casting. There's some people I really like, but I just found the animation itself just very sort of almost like TV animation.
Yeah, it was really. I found I didn't like they used so much like 3D panning shots, like despite it being like a 2D animated film. Like I think it's when the ranch owner is like crying and she's like packing stuff and it's going around her. I was like,
yeah,
like it was weird and it took me out of it. And
it seems like it was devised by a panel of people, not through love of things, but they're thinking, right, well, we'll do this, and this is what people find funny now. I think it was trying to sort of emulate what The Emperor's New Groove done quite well, which was sort of like this, almost like Family Guy kind of humour, like jokes, but they didn't really land as well. I also found Cuba Gooding Jr.'s horse just to be a bit annoying. I feel as if they're trying to emulate what Eddie Murphy done well with the donkey character. Yeah. And it just doesn't work so well with the horse. And it's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s not as talented in that sense at comedy as Eddie Murphy. A few people are.
Yeah.
26, I got Tarzan.
Yeah.
1999, which I like enough. There's a lot of elements in it I do enjoy. I think if I was younger when I'd seen it, I'd probably have more affection towards it. But
yeah, because you love monkeys and chimpanzees.
I do like chimpanzees and monkeys, and I also like Phil Collins. Phil Collins, of course, done
monkeys, chimpanzees, Phil Collins.
Yeah, they're all the same kind of primate, really. I like some of the voice actors in it. I think it's Brian Blessed is the villain. And it's also got a very dark ending, like he dies by hanging, doesn't he? He falls through the trees, and then you see
Yeah.
his shadow hanging there, which I kind of liked how they played that. They showed how he died, which, rather than say like where Gaston falls to his death as well,
Yeah.
but you don't see it, he just falls. So you can almost excuse it, think, oh well, he fell into the river, or it depends upon the kids. Whereas him hanging there, it's hard to explain to the kids that he's dead. So it's quite brave of him to do that.
Well, that's why it only flashes for a moment. It doesn't linger enough that you.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
What have you got to say about Tarzan?
Yeah, I gave the film overall a 7, but otherwise the songs, villain, and tear factor all got 5. It was very.
Fair enough.
I think I enjoyed the premise, but I just don't think there was enough about it that was interesting.
I like the characters' designs in that as well, like
Yeah.
the way the humans were drawn, because obviously they tried to do their own stamp on it. But yeah, that was fine. Number 25, I got Treasure Planet from 2002.
Really? I'm surprised. I honestly was expecting you to say that a lot earlier on, as in I would thought you was going to give it a lower rating, to be honest.
Yeah, see, Treasure Planet, I sort of reminds me a lot of Atlantis.
Yeah.
And out of them two, the reason I like Treasure Planet more, I like the Treasure Island story more. I liked the relationship between Silver and Jim. It sort of emulated it how it's supposed to be in the book. I think I would have preferred it if they'd stuck to the traditional story. They was obviously they knew they was going to go full on with some of the computer generated effects, so they thought, well, let's make it in the future and make it all space based and stuff like that. But I think that shows lack of faith in the original material. You could have just gone a traditional Treasure Island story and had some fantastic shots at sea and stuff. Obviously, Treasure Planet didn't really have any songs in it.
No, it was not applicable.
No, but this is something where if it had songs, sometimes the lack of songs sort of goes down for me. I'm not necessarily someone who goes, oh, I love musicals. But as far as Disney's concerned, Disney has some of the most iconic songs of all time. So what is your top 10 Disney songs, Lily?
Okay, my top 10 Disney songs is...
And you can only do one song per film.
Yeah, I know. At number 10, we've got Ratigan.
Oh, Ratigan! Yeah. From the brain that brought you the Big Ben Caper.
Yeah. Because I thought it was a good song. I like his voice.
Yeah, his pronunciation is fantastic. I think he's the possibly the most well-spoken American I can think of.
Yeah. I think it's a good film. And good music. At number 9, I've got I Want to Be Like You from Jungle Book.
Hey! Okay, yeah, that's good. That's Louis Prima and... Yeah, that's
I like how
Phil
playful
Harris.
it is.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. And how they recorded that, they actually filmed, often with Disney animators, they will film the actors acting out the roles, So you have the Mad Hatter actually doing the sandwich and stuff like that, of Alice on the floor. And with that, they had Louis Prima and his band walking about on stage. And you can see when you hold it side by side with the animation, it really feels part of it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's a good point. It's a good case for making one of the biggest Disney songs.
It's very catchy, which is why it's also on there. Like I found with a lot of my list, it was songs that either resonated with me and I found really enjoyable, or I found myself humming after I watched the film.
And as we established, I like Monkeys and Apes.
Yeah.
But I think it just genuinely looks fun. You can believe that Mowgli gets roped in by the excitement of it. He's like, wow, this is really good. Yay, this is really cool. I like this. What do you want? So, yeah.
At number 8, I've got I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules.
Oh, is that the one that the one
Meg sings?
Yeah, you know what? I actually really liked that song. I added it to our Disney playlist.
Yeah, it's a good... I actually liked the music in Hercules quite a lot, so it's hard to pick one from it. Like, I liked their choices.
I think that's the one. If you'd said one of the other Tarzan ones, I would have... Hercules. That's one name, isn't it? Yeah. If you'd picked one of the other Hercules songs, I would have said, no, I like the song that Meg sings.
Yeah, I think it was a good song, and that's why it's at number 8. At number 7, I've got Why Should I Worry from Oliver and Company.
Okay.
I think that's partly because it's Billy Joel.
See, the thing is, even as a kid, because I love Billy Joel, for me, that film, I would have picked either Once Upon a Time in New York City.
Yeah.
Because it's always once upon. It was,
yeah.
a fantastic song. Or I would have picked the Bette Midler song.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, but I like how catchy "Why Should I Worry" is, and that is repeated throughout. Like, it's a good. I don't know. I like it a lot. That's why it's my number 7.
Okay, number 6.
Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Yeah, that's another great villain song, Ursula.
A lot of this list is partly villain songs.
But they're sometimes the best songs for me,
Yeah.
Number 5.
Be Prepared.
Get a sniff!
Yeah.
I like the backstory behind it, how like his vocal cords are so damaged that they had to get another.
Yeah, it was
voice.
Jeremy Irons was singing it, and then I can't remember who took over.
You can cut that in.
No, it was punishment. I have to live with the embarrassment of not remembering. What is his name? Anyway, go on.
At number 4, we've got "Friend Like Me."
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
song.
Brilliant song. That's great
Aladdin's
introduction.
Music is great.
Yeah, a great introduction to the genie, and the Robin Williams performance is fantastic for that song. All the different voices he throws in there. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat.
You're really not. I don't know if you're gonna like my top 3.
Okay, if I can guess.
You might like one of my top 3.
If I can I'm going to have 3 guesses. If I can guess any of the songs, you have to remove them.
No, you're not allowed to do that. We're going to listen to my top 3, okay? No.
Go on then. Number 3.
At number 3, I've got "I'll Make a Man Out of You" from Mulan.
Yeah.
I really found it quite catchy.
I'll make a man out of you. No,
I found it really catchy.
Yeah, but it's not top tier Disney for me. Go on.
I know it's not, but it's my list. And you're really going to hate mine. You're going to like my second one, which is probably "Friends on the Other Side."
Don't me.
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog. What do you think my number 1 is?
You are deformed.
No.
You are a freak. Have you ever seen the
No, it is from Hunchback. It's number 1 is "Hellfire." The song he's singing when he's perving on Esmeralda.
Look at those titties.
No, I know, but I have a big thing. I really love gothic, the kind of the gothicness of it. Like, it's
I get that,
and it's like such a dark and brooding song, and I like the Latin, and it's just I like it a lot, and that's why it's my number 1. And what do you have to say about that?
Well, I made a little mini list. My top 5 Disney composers or partnerships. I'm going to say honourable mentions: Larry Morey, Mac David, Jerry Livingston and Al Hoffman, George Bruns, Tim Rice, Elton John, Phil Collins and Peggy Lee have all contributed greatly. But number 5, I've put Sammy Fain, who worked on Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Sleeping Beauty, all got iconic songs in them. Number 4, I've put Randy Newman, who of course done Princess and the Frog, but he also, outside of that, he done those of the Pixar songs like Toy Story songs, Bugs Life, Monsters Inc., Cars, Monsters University, and of course in Toy Story 2 it's got that When Somebody Loves Me.
No, always makes you cry.
Yeah. Number 3, I've put Frank Churchill, who was one of the earliest composers and worked on songs for Snow White, Dumbo and Bambi.
Yeah.
Sadly, after completing work on Bambi, Frank Churchill, aged 40, committed suicide on May 14th, 1942, at his ranch in Castaic, California. Although there is some speculation that Churchill's suicide was a result of negative discourse with Walt Disney regarding his latest scores for Bambi, it was most likely due to his deep depression and bout with heavy drinking after the deaths of 2 of his closest friends and fellow Disney orchestra members who had died earlier that year within a month of each other.
Number 2, I've put a partnership, Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, who worked together on Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin.
Yeah.
Howard Ashman was the one who sadly died, I believe, of AIDS. I think he died.
Oh, yeah.
It's sort of coming off the 80s where there was the AIDS epidemic. But his solo work on Disney films, Howard Ashman, he done Once Upon a Time in New York City, which I've said I love. And Alan Menken also worked on Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules,
Yeah.
Home on the Range, Enchanted, and Tangled.
Yeah.
So he's obviously number one. I had to put Robert and Richard Sherman, the Sherman brothers, who of course worked Mary Poppins, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Sword and the Stone, Jungle Book, Aristocats, Winnie the Pooh, and your absolute favourite song, It's a Small World.
I want to get off. You can't get off. We have 5 more continents to visit.
But they also, outside of Disney, they worked on
Fundamental dependability.
Fundamental Friend Dependability from the
Fundamental
Snoopy Come Home.
Friend
So, yeah, that's fair enough, isn't it? I don't agree with your
No, I know you
favourite
don't.
songs, but that's just...
Well, you agree with some of them, though, don't
Oh,
you?
yeah, no, some of them I can see why they're in there, but if I haven't done my top 10 songs, maybe I'll do that for the next one, but the songs that mean a lot to me are very personal to me.
Yeah.
This is what you find in music.
Well, I mean, one of my honourable mentions was going to be Gaston's song from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
But it wasn't high enough for me to put it on there. And there was a lot of good songs.
Oh, yeah.
You can't doubt.
A dream is a wish your heart makes.
I mean, if I was allowed to put more songs, there would have been a lot more Aladdin songs in my top 10 list.
Yeah, it's a great soundtrack.
And Princess and the Frog.
Yeah. Right, back to my list of all the Disney films. 24, I've put Hercules from 1997.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Which I did enjoy Hercules a lot. Out of the latter Renaissance films, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the animated style. They was trying something different. I really liked the villain, James Woods, Hades.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned, Meg's song was good. I think it's got some good songs in it.
Yeah.
For me, they wouldn't necessarily be top tier. As I said, I did really like the Meg one, but yeah, Hercules is good. What'd you give Hercules?
I gave Hercules a 9.
Oh, okay, so that would have been higher.
I gave the songs a 9 in that as well, and the villain an 8. Because I mean, Hades was like I said before, he was an honourable pick on my villain list. Like he was great villain, and I do like James Woods' voice acting in it, and he's comedic enough.
Piece of candy.
Piece of candy.
Right, number 23, I've got Cinderella.
Yeah.
Which would be higher if it didn't focus so much on the mice and the cat. Also, I don't ever feel there's any real peril in it.
No.
It's like you've just got to sort of grow a pair of Cinderella and say, hold on, I'm not living here anymore. And go, they've sort of worn you down into this little slave girl. And the bit at the end sort of doesn't really make sense. They break the slipper. And she goes, no, it's all right, I've got one in my pocket. It's like, well, if they'd thought beforehand, one of those fat, ugly sisters could have got a glass slipper that fits her foot and gone, knocked the slipper, I got one. Anyway, but he has got some good songs in it, and I do like Cinderella. It's good enough, and the idea of getting home before midnight is fun.
Yeah.
Number 22, I got Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Which is like this background we've got behind us. Peter Pan, of course, Tinkerbell is hot.
You freak.
She really is. She's got a good shaped body. She's, she's a bitch though. She tries to kill that little girl.
Yeah.
She is crazy. It's of course got one of the things I was going to do, which I've decided to get. Again, it's one of the things quizzes I was going to do for you.
Yes.
I was going to do a series of things from Disney films and say, Lily, racist or not racist? And it was going to be like, what makes the red man red from Peter Pan? It was going to be the Siamese cat song, which I would have said, I don't think so. But anyway, I decided to avoid that minefield and not do this. But it's Captain Hook. He's a great villain as well.
Yeah.
He's
I gave him an 8.
Yeah.
But I don't... Peter Pan for me, as much as I've rated it quite highly on my list, again, this is all retrospectively, I would have changed a lot of these ratings. I think it's a good film. I just don't think it's anywhere near one of my favourites, and I don't think it should have been an 8 on my list.
No, and I don't feel. I think there's a lot going for it, but it doesn't feel. The climax of the film doesn't feel as sort of compared to some of the ones higher in this. You think, oh, that climax at the end, you felt right like there was no real peril because you always felt Peter Pan was going to win, even when Hook's creeping up behind him. You know he's not going to get him, and you don't for 1 second think, oh, we could get him. You know.
No.
And also, Peter Pan himself gets on my nerves a little bit because I know he's just a kid, but
Yeah.
he never really learns his lesson throughout the whole film. Number 21, I've got The Sword and the Stone from 1963, which loads of people don't rate. And again, I never really feel it doesn't really do the climax properly at the end, but I do like how it ends with him pulling the sword from the stone and everyone having to sort of eat humble pie. I also felt the villain in that was quite good.
What was the villain in that, really?
The witch. The marvelous Madam Mim. And I think there's with that the songs on it didn't quite, it's like the music wasn't there. So you'd have him doing some song, and this is after Cinderella. So Cinderella, you got so it's like a magic song with all these things bouncing about. This opens with one of the earlier ones in it. It's got Merlin doing a thing. Oh, you'll like this bit. And he's mumbling like I'm singing the song. You know, it's not very clear. You got the Madam Mim song, which you can understand, at least what she's singing, but it's not really got any rhythm to it.
No.
You know, but I do like the film a lot. I like them changing into different animals. And you do feel in those moments, like the bit where he's getting chased by the carp, there's a bit of peril.
I guess. I honestly didn't rate it that much.
What'd you give it?
I gave it a 7, but again, my list, you've got to think it's from more like 1 to 5. So it's like an average film. I didn't have enough feelings towards it.
No, fair enough. 20, I've got Pinocchio from 1940. I like Pinocchio a lot. There's loads of things I really love about Pinocchio. Again, this one does the ending properly. When he's inside Monstro, when they've got the whale chasing him, that you really feel the peril. You think, oh my God, that's an unstoppable beast coming after this little wooden boy and an old geriatric man. He's going to obliterate him. He's going to smash into him, and you just see all their bones all crumpled up or bits of wood or whatever. I don't. This is similar to the complaint I had before. It's like too many villains. So it's like every single character in it is a villain.
Yeah.
Is causing harm towards him. But it's a good moralistic story in a way. And of course it's got some...
It made me really uncomfortable, that film. It's why it's actually one of my lowest rated Disney films.
What, because of all the boys screaming for their mum when they get turned into donkeys?
I hated that bit. That always made me uncomfortable when I was a little kid, and I was like, oh, well, maybe when I watch it now it'll be less bad. I really don't like it. I think it's really... I know it's a tale of caution, like, oh, don't follow strange foxmen.
Yeah.
But, like, no, I did not like it. It made me really uncomfortable. But.
Yeah, but Disney is synonymous with trauma. The amount of films which have traumatized kids, but it's part of life, isn't it? If it didn't have these traumatic moments, you wouldn't remember them.
I know.
And it's also got probably, arguably, the most famous Disney song, "When You Wish Upon a Star."
Yeah.
Because it's been used in, well, it's the Disney theme now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Number 19, I've got Lilo and Stitch from 2002.
Lilo and Stitch. You need to stop saying Lilo. No, that's fair enough.
What do you give Lilo and Stitch?
I gave it an 8.
Okay.
But everything else on the list was quite low for it. I gave the villain a 3. And the tear
it's hard to sort of focus on a villain.
There's no villain, really.
There's the big shark man.
Yeah, but he's not even a proper villain, really. He's just doing his job.
Yeah, but really, you can look at most of the villains in Disney, and they're just doing their job. You look at the Nazis.
Oh, whoa,
the Nazi soldiers, they were just doing their job. You make excuses. But Lilo and Stitch, it was never one that sort of resonated with me with that much. I know Stitch can be annoying to some people. He was annoying you when we was watching it, but I thought he was funny enough. He's a little crazy animal.
Got really high on your list. I was expecting, again, to hear Lilo and Stitch a lot earlier for you, because I don't...
You know, the list changes all the time, but this is what I had to lock down today.
There's so many films that you've put so low and that were really good.
I think I would move him, possibly in retrospect, maybe I'd move it a little bit lower, but I think I'm happy with Lilo and Stitch at 19.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the animation. I like the general feel of the film, and it was trying something completely different. And you won't remember the obviously you weren't born, but the advertisement for campaign for Lilo and Stitch at the time was really good, because what they do is they take clips from existing Disney films. So, for example, like the dance at Beauty and the Beast, and it's spiraling up, and all of a sudden I think the chandelier falls down, and they go, "What?" So you think that's weird, and they look up, and he's up there. And I thought it was quite clever how they done the advertising campaign for it. They was basically saying, like, every family has its black sheep, and this is Disney's Stitch. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to stop my list there, because we're halfway through. I've got another 18 to talk about, and I'm probably going to go into a lot more detail with them, because obviously the higher up it is, the more I favour them.
Fair enough.
But so far in my list...
Would you like to hear my least favourite Disney films?
Oh, okay. What, 10 of your least favourite, or just 5?
I'm gonna say 5. My 5 least, and this is, and yeah, okay.
Okay, so what's the worst? Are you gonna say the worst one, or are you gonna say the 5th worst one?
I'm going to just, I'll go from 5th worst to the worst, in my opinion.
Okay, what's your 5th least favourite Disney film?
My 5th least favourite would be Brother Bear.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
Then it would be Pinocchio.
Okay, all right.
And then Dumbo.
Yeah. Did you watch loads of these later ones? Because there's some terrible. I mean, not terrible.
No, I know. Atlantis would probably be on that list, and Home on the Range is the worst in my opinion.
Yeah, so you really didn't like Home on the Range.
No, I was hoping that, I think, because I didn't even know that was a Disney film. And I was like, when I watched it for the first time when we did this list, and I just thought it would be a lot better than it was, but maybe it was a hidden gem.
Yeah, see, the thing is, Home on the Range, if I'd watched it and I hadn't, like at random when you was a kid and we didn't see the opening, would say that it was a Disney film, I wouldn't have thought it was a Disney film. I would have thought it was just some other random studio.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to have the magic of a Disney film. But yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll finish this list next week, but thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share.
Stay tuned for next week.
And stay tuned.
Yes.
Well, not stay tuned, so they've got to stay on YouTube for a whole week on this channel. Yeah, do that. Bye.
Watch all our videos.
Yes.
Your videos.
Well, you're in some of them.
Yeah.
Watch all of my videos. Or else.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Love you. Bye-bye.
And we could spend the rest of our lives here. It's perfect.
Sounds good to me. Doesn't seem to be a thing wrong with this place.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is a Disney universe.